I decided I might as well get this off my computer and finally review Moto Racer 2. Wasn't looking forward to it after the first game was just so painfully meh. But maybe the sequel will be a vast improvement over the first game, right? Well, not really. So, what is Moto Racer 2? It's the sequel to Moto Racer 1 that tries to solve some issues of the first game, but in turn, just leads to more quantity over quality. You still have your two types of races of Motocross and Superbike. You still have all three game modes, plus a new edition we'll cover later on, but that's about it. If you're expecting anything new or improved, you'd be basically wrong. Controls are still the same as Moto Racer 1, which made it easy to jump right into the game. The only thing I had to do was use the keyboard to change my view option till I could rebind it in the options menu. At least the first person looks good and doesn't make me sick akin to the first game, namely with those dirt bikes. I hated those tracks and the sound of the bikes. But thankfully, everything has been fixed here in that regard. You use the arrow keys to steer, accelerate, brake, and reverse, spacebar for stunts, Q and W for gear shifting, tab to look behind you, and E for view change. It just works. And yes, there is indeed controller support. Both types of motocross racing are here, superbikes and dirt bikes. Nothing has changed at all for superbikes. It's still the best option of the two races. I will never get tired of the fast and fluid racing these things have to offer. Thankfully though, finally dirt bikes are not irritating to listen to, nor do they control badly. What helps too is the tracks themselves have seen changes. No more dirt arena.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Really though, I finally enjoyed playing with these bikes. So good on you, Moto Racer 2. Too bad it's one of the only few pros you got going for you right now.
Attention on deck.
Your three modes return, so let's get them over with. Your
practice mode
allows you to practice racing on every track in game, including your custom ones, with whichever bike you want, setting up the amount of laps, and of course if you want time attack or not. We'll use it, why not? In
practice mode,
you just race all alone. It's not fun when you have no competition. But since I enabled time attack, we do have competition. The timer that speeds down faster than the stock market under George W. Bush.
Political. Oh.
Just race through the checkpoints to keep your timer up and complete all the required laps. That's it, and it's just okay. But I'm not a fan of
practice mode.
The best mode is still single race, where we can select whatever track we want to race on, including our own creations. Then we select the time of day, weather, speed, and then pick our bike depending on which type of race it is. Though all bikes share the same stats and colors between the two different kinds.
Wow, so many options.
It's just a model swap between them. So it's nothing really special, but hey, pick your favorite color to only find out it's the worst bike in the game. Yeah, that's an issue. Maybe include color variants for each different stat or something, or just let us customize the bike's model to give it more different stats while retaining our preferred color. Asking for too much, I know.
Oh, no shit.
Once we have everything set up, we begin a single race, and yep, it's a single race alright, on whichever of the several themed tracks you chose. There's Grand Prix, Brittany, Amazonia, and Sahara for every race type, but one exclusive to motocross dirt bikes is Forest, even though there's still forest maps under Amazonia for Superbikes, so whatever. Still, the idea of different themes to give tracks more variety was neat on paper, but the execution wasn't. You still play the same exact tracks, just with altered layouts. So once Grand Prix will be more wonky, and the other will be more simple and circular, but it's still the same themed track with the same exact models and everything, with the same tunnels, trees, whatever. Nothing is really different. So it's an illusion of quality over quantity, but in reality it's quantity over quality. Just imagine if you played this first Moto Racer, and there's over a dozen tracks, but it's all the same with the 4 already available. Just more variants of Dirt Arena? That's not good. And that's the problem with Moto Racer 2.
Over.
They took the easy way out to add more content, so no matter what, every track is the same, including the ones you can make. More on that later.
This sucks.
Championship is still the same thing, with nothing to gain as you just race on each track and must place first. It's boring, and it's just not worth the hassle, as the AI can and will rubber band so far ahead you'll never catch up. I do not like championship mode at all.
Yes.
Just fucking, you know? I think your shit is a fucking show.
One feature in Moto Racer 2 that caught my attention immediately was the introduction of a track editor. But after playing around with it for almost 15 minutes, it's clear there's no real depth or options available. It's like StarCraft's map editor. It's not Warcraft 3 in depth. No, it's just a basic option of morphing a track into whatever shape you want, but you can't make tracks too huge, or else the game won't let you use it or even test it. So don't go expecting to make large tracks with tons of turns and whatnot. Nope. You can't even see your track in full 3D until you test it. You cannot change or even decide what goes where. You just choose from the 5 themes, and that's it. It's so basic and pointlessly tacked on here.
Flawless logic.
Heck, even just trying to play your tracks is a pain. If you set the time of day or use different weather options, the game will crash. I do not like this game's music over the first one. Moto Racer 2's soundtrack is just nails on a chalkboard. I'd recommend you turn it off in the options and play something else on your computer before launching the game. Anything but Moto Racer 2's music. It's just the same single song on endless loop that doesn't last long, leading to more repetition and irritation. Depending on which theme the track is, you only get a single song. There's just something about this game's music that gave me a migraine, and now I'm kind of in a pissed off mood. At the end of the day, Moto Racer 2 is just a disappointing, painfully average sequel that doesn't really give you much reason to get it after the first game. Sure, it's got improved graphics and tons of tracks.
It's good.
But there's only 5 themes with the same visuals and the same single song playing over and over again, so the illusion of more content is quickly broken.
Ooh, that's bad.
The track editor is vastly restrictive with nothing really to do besides make a penis-shaped track or whatever. The game itself feels like it wants to crash all the time when switching to in-game loading screens and the menus, but still, it's a playable game with some hiccups.
It's good.
Plus, the game does crash randomly, especially if you use certain weather options like snow and fog or nighttime for some reason. It's just a meh game that, unless you never played the first game, let alone just need another Moto Racer fix, there's not much real value here.
That's bad.
It's not Terminator 2 Judgment Day of video game sequels, it's Jaws 2. It's just there to milk the hype of the first game. It's not dreadful, but it ain't anything great. It's just there.
Can I go now?
Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.